Okay, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the strategy section of the CMO dashboard. So first, go over here where it says strategy, click on the caret. There are 4 things in here. Let's walk through the first one. First is marketing and sales strategy. Click on it. The first thing that you're doing in here is establishing your 3 priority goals. So there's goal 1. Goal 1, 2, and 3 all look the same. In here, in the drop-down caret, is where you are making sure this goal is a SMART goal. I define what that is. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound is what SMART goals always have stood for. In order for that to all be true, then you need to do your goal, the description, your why, your key challenges, your milestones, and you need to say when that's going to happen. So you would just type in your goal. Goal 1 goes here. And then you would just, for mine, when I filled mine out, I just typed in, I just like got rid of the example and then typed my goal here. And then the description, I just followed the example the whole way through. It was just easier. No thinking. Do that for all 3 of your goals. And then you'll have your 3 goals. Products and services, you just would click here. If yours doesn't say like open because you need a new field, like maybe this is the only thing here, then click new. When you click new, it makes a new line, then click on open. Then you can put your price for your thing, your description for your offer, the link to your sales page. Anytime you have marketing campaigns that are related to this product, it'll just roll up by itself. You don't have to do that, or you can go find your campaigns and link them yourself, and then it'll show on the campaigns. Product type. Is this a lead magnet, a digital product, a service? You can add more product types. You see how it says select an option or create one. Create new. It says create. Click on it. Now create new is in there. Anything that is relevant to will be in here. Notice how there's 2 things that say marketing campaigns. That's an error. Delete that. Delete property. Just click on the 3 dots to the left of it. There shouldn't be 2 things. Delete. Anyway, social proof, you'll be able to link your social proof that you put in a social proof section, which I'll show you in a different video where social proof goes. It's a part of your brand. But anyways, you'll be able to link it. But also you can go and grab social proof that you know is related to this offer. And then anytime you have to-dos that are related to a particular offer, it'll go in here automatically. As you scroll down, your objectives and objective key results go down here. I explain to you what objectives are and what key results are, and I explain how you should be approaching it, and I give you examples. So then down here is where you actually put your own objectives. So you just will click open if an open availability thing is here. If not, just click new. That gives you a new line, and then click open. Then all you're really doing in here is putting what the objective is. Most of this stuff kind of rolls up. You can put the quarter. Progress you can't do anything with, so don't touch it. And then the year. So I would come in here, put the name of my objective, the quarter, and the year, and then close out of this because everything else you can get from where it should be. Your key results are going to come from down here. The marketing campaigns will roll up from the marketing campaigns when you say that they're relevant to this objective. So the only thing for objectives you need to really put in yourself is the quarter and the year and the name. Down here is where you put the key results. They do need to be relevant to the objectives because you should only be setting milestones based on the objectives that you have. So that's why you do that. So you just, again, click on open here. If one's available, if not, click new and then hover over open. Nothing else will say open. It's just the place where you can open it to the side. Quarter. Whatever your objective is, because it should be measurable, whatever the current number is. So if you wanted to make $10,000, then the current number would be 10,000. If you wanted 500% increase, then the number would just be 500, even though it's percent. It doesn't matter. It's just tracking whether or not you're doing it. Any objectives that it is related to, you can click on. It'll show you your objectives, and then you would just click on it. There you go. You see that one is there. That's there. So you can relate it back. So I'm going to click on that. Put the quarter. Your current number, 500. Your target is 1,000. It's going to ask you what your starting number is. So right now you started off with 500. You're still at 500. That means you've made no progress towards your goal, which is your target here. Put your year. To-dos, as you add to-dos to your to-do list, it's going to then roll them up here. I would, instead of having to-dos roll up here, I don't want my to-dos, because these weekly to-dos and stuff and monthly to-dos, these are just the things that happen every single month, which are not really relevant to your objectives. And I was saying this in another video from the replay of the live session, that I would want to customize mine a little differently. So I don't need those to-dos, because these are recurring to-dos. And usually when I have these objectives, I don't have recurring to-dos. I have tasks that are related to my campaigns. So this column, I'm actually going to ask you to delete property. Yeah. You'll be adding something back to it, I promise. So what you would want to have here is, if you click the plus, move your face over, and then scroll down to relation, I would want it related to campaign objectives. Show on campaign objectives, yes, add relation. This way you can see that your campaign, see I have campaign objectives and stuff. I would want that showing, yeah. So anyway, that's it. That's one little customization that I would add if I were you. Campaign objectives is now here. Cool. One other thing that I noticed, so now campaign objectives exist, and now you can relate it back to campaign objectives. One other thing that I realized is that there's two of these. There should only be one. So I am going to delete this one that doesn't have these little symbols. So just delete that. I was getting a little click happy when I was making this. Okay, anyway, these are your key results. I showed you how to do that one. So you have a goal. You're just going to say what the goal is, your starting place, where you are right now, and then your target area, and then it'll track your progress. Say you started at 500, but now a month later you're at 700. You're going to be 40% of the way to your goal. So again, it's going to keep tracking all this stuff that you have. Okay. Lastly, something that I didn't want, that I realized when I put it here, I was like, oh, I don't want this here, is this weekly to do. These are recurring things that are mostly relevant to content and not relevant to objectives and campaigns. So I don't want this one here. So if I were you, I would remove this from here. It's going to be syncing on other places. It's not going to ruin anything. So just click in it, which pops this window up, and click these three dots and click delete. But what I do want you to go grab is on your home page. So go up here, go to Marketing Dashboard, go down here. These tasks, which are going to be relevant to what you need to do to hit those campaign objectives, go up here, click in it, copy and sync. Let's go back to our marketing and sales strategy window, down to the bottom, and paste that in there. So click anywhere, Command V or Control V. And now that is more relevant to what you need. Okay, that's all for the marketing and sales strategy. Next, buyer persona and target audience. This is self-explanatory. You're filling out your buyer persona information. One of the questions from the live session is, what if you should you have more than 3? Can you have more than 3? I wouldn't recommend you having a million buyer personas unless you were a product company. Most of you are not. So if you're not, you would not need a bunch of different buyer personas beyond 3. So you would fill this in. So if you press enter, it adds another bullet. If you press enter, it adds another check mark for you to say, so very, very easy. When you're in these types of boxes, just press enter, type and press enter. You can also put bullets in here. If you do the / and then do bullet, it'll pull a bulleted list in here instead. Okay. Easy to customize. Okay, let's go to the next thing in your strategy, which are campaigns. By now, you should have made sure that your campaign objectives is here. If you haven't done that yet, go back and watch the video that was like, fix this error first. This should have already been fixed. So that should be there now. Marketing campaigns, you're going to put your marketing campaign. So again, new, open. There's nothing in this campaign planner, but you can make a template for yourself. Like maybe you want a checklist of things that you need to do. You can add a checklist, but you just put the title, the status, and then your timeline. And that's really it, so that it adds a campaign here, because your campaign objectives is what's going to inform what you're doing. So your campaign might be a workshop. Well, then you need objectives for the workshop. So then you would put all of your objectives for your workshop down here and relate it back to the campaign. How to do that is you click, open, put whatever the objective is, click on campaign and say this goes to test campaign, and then current results, target results, and then it'll give you progress. My current results are 10. My target results are 100. I'm at 10% progress. It's just going to track your progress, and it will show your progress in different areas, which is going to be good. Okay. And then again, I would want that same task list to be here because it's going to be relevant to my campaign. So I am going to paste it here because it's still in my copy paste. If it wasn't, just go back and grab it, copy it, and paste it. But this is relevant to what you're doing. If you had followed me helping you to do these objectives, then you should have already also added it here, your campaign and campaign objectives. If you haven't added that to your weekly task, then I'll show you one more time. Click the plus. Over here at the first one, doesn't matter which of these you choose, but I just did it at the top at the brain dump. To the right of person, click plus. Scroll down to where it says relation, and then add your campaign objectives and marketing campaigns. It doesn't matter which one you add first. I'm going to do campaign objectives. It should show on campaign objectives. Now you can see what tasks you have to complete for that campaign objective. Same thing, add another plus. Go back down to relation and add the marketing campaign as well. Show it on the marketing campaign, add the relation, and now you can see all your relevant weekly tasks to that campaign and to those campaign objectives, so you can track it. Makes it easier for task management, especially if you're working with a team. Like, hey, you're planning out this webinar, you have all these tasks, are they complete? You can go and check and see if the tasks are complete. Lastly, market research. This is important to do if you've never done, to do your own SWOT analysis, your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I do this once a year. This shouldn't be something that, I know you're just creating this, but you should have already done this in your annual planning. As you think about the upcoming year, you should have already looked at your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is something that I do live in like my community spaces. So the Revolutionary Society membership, we do annual planning together in like December or even November. We do that together. And so they would have already had to identify their SWOTs. You need to do that for yourself so you can figure out, based on some goals that you have, this is a weakness. Do I need to hire a coach? Do I need to buy a course? Like, how do you overcome that? If I said this is my strength, but I'm not really utilizing my strength, then I should be utilizing it for the years. That's how you really keep up with that stuff. And identify your competitors. So you can make little competitor profile. You see the little fist, isn't that cute? And then you would just document things about your competitor, any screenshots or things that you see. That's a template. How you see and get that template is go to open for a new one or create a new one. Go to open. I have a template here for competitor info. And when you click on it, it puts the little fist because, we gonna fight. And then you would put their website link, their price range of their products, the different products. You can type one, shift return to make a new line. You can put all their social profiles, their strengths and their weaknesses, any notes you want to talk about to remember for this competitor, screenshots of things that you really like or something that you want to remember. That's it. That's how you use that. That's the end of the strategy section. In the next video, I'll go through analytics.